Back again for another edition of Near Falls in the WPIAL. It's your boy DHall, back with the main man, Mr. Kaz. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well, man. I am sitting here in the Connellsville High School as we speak. Um, I am here. We are covering with Westmoreland Sports Network the team championships here with Connellsville, Shaler, Kiski, and Latrobe.
Okay, so you guys are doing coverage. It starts at 6 for the first round. For those of you that are watching,
Starts at
tuning in.
Yep.
So the first round, you start at 6, and the second round probably be about 7:30 or so.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like. Kiski and Latrobe are at 6, as well as Connellsville and Shaler. Um, So I came straight here from work. We're going to be commentating it on Westmoreland Sports Network, and had to get a little preview in DHall.
For sure. And yeah, we snuck it in right before the first round started. I know that we had some pigtails go off on Monday. But yeah, we're gonna break down our picks, our previews. I'm going over to Bethel Park to check out that matchups over there. Certainly we're gonna dive into all that. But I don't know. What do you want to do? Get up right into double A? All right, brother. Starting off at double A.
Yeah, we can
Up at
get right into
Go ahead.
Double A here. I'm ready to go. I have all my stuff down.
Okay.
Before the top of the bracket,
Yep, sounds good.
you got me here. My stuff saying connection loss. As a couple teams roll in here, Kiski's will have Southmoreland over Jefferson Morgan. I have Freedom over South Park and Quaker Valley over Elizabeth Forward. Bottom half of the bracket, I have McGuffey over Avonworth, Laurel over Beth Center. That's my little upset pick there. I have Highlands over Burgettstown, another little upset, and then Derry over Avella in the first round.
Okay.
Second round, so we'll go to quarterfinals, I should say.
You want me to run down my first round picks first?
Court, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So they're going to be kind of similar, but for me, Burrow in the first round there. Then I got Jefferson Morgan over Southmoreland. I got Freedom over South Park. I got Quaker Valley. I got McGuffey. I agree with you. I got Laurel over Best Center there. And then I got Burgettstown over Highlands and Derry moving on as well. So kind of chalky. A little bit of upsets there, but interesting. We're both taking Laurel.
Yeah, I believe they wrestled earlier in the year, and Best Center had beat them. There was some result there, but I'm taking Laurel here. Sorry if I'm a little delayed. My internet's a little off here at Connellsville, but we're managing through.
You're not that bad,
I,
but we'll get through it, brother.
the Jefferson Morgan Southmoreland match to me is really interesting. I kind of played that out both ways, looking straight up if teams would bump, and to me, I think that'll be the most competitive as far as closest to score in this round. I think Freedom kind of rolls past South Park. Same with Quaker Valley, McGuffey, in Derry. I think Highlands will beat Burgettstown, not convincingly, but I think they'll beat them. And then I think Laurel and Beth Center, like I said, we both picked Laurel there. Um, but yeah, I really think that the Jefferson Morgan Southmoreland match is the best contested duel in this opening 6 o'clock round.
I agree, and I picked Burgettstown over Highland, so we got a little discrepancy there. I think that one's going to be close. Just give me the B Town boys, a little bit of championship experience from past, so I think they get it done. But moving on to the quarterfinals, it would be we got Burrow and Southmoreland.
Yeah, so I have Burrow and Southmoreland. I have Burrow winning there, moving into the semis. The next quarterfinal, Freedom and Quaker Valley. I think this is going to be a hell of a duel, Donnie.
Me
Um,
too.
I know you're
I
very
almost went
familiar
there. It
with,
was
with the
very,
Freedom
very close.
program, man. I was close to going with Freedom, but Quaker Valley has some good freshmen in the lineup, mixed with Anderchak and Deemert and Richie. I don't see it. but that's going to be a good duel. I'm sticking with Quaker Valley. And then on the bottom half, McGuffey over Laurel. I think McGuffey's really good. I think McGuffey can give, who I also have in the semis, Derry. Not saying McGuffey's going to beat Derry, but I think they can give Derry some problems because McGuffey's really good down low in those lightweights. So obviously gave that away. I do have Derry over Avella, or I'm sorry, Derry over Highlands.
Yep.
In that quarterfinal action there. So I have the top 4 seeds holding in Double A, Burl versus Quaker Valley in the semis, and then Derry and McGuffey.
More of the same over here, Kaz. I agree with you. Again, I'm just going to highlight and repeat the Laurel McGuffey match and Freedom Quaker Valley match. I think Burl and Derry should take care of business. Both sides there. Clearly, we've been talking about those teams all year here in the Double A side, but I got McGuffey over Laurel and I got Quaker Valley over Freedom. Same thing as you, but man, I think both those duels are going to be really, really tight. We're going to look at those duels tonight, and I think we're going to look up and see, maybe 10 points between those or maybe even less. So, and like we talk about all the time this time of year, that flip means a lot. It means a lot this time of year. So we will see what happens there.
One thing I am potentially excited for, if Highlands does beat Burgettstown, Derry's going to be developed. I don't think there's any question from any of us. If we get a Highlands-Derry matchup, we are going to most likely see number 1 and 2 in the WPIAL at 107 pounds between Javion Chambers of Highlands and Rocco DeCario of Derry. So selfishly, yeah, I want to see that match happen.
Yeah, for sure. And the other thing to point out there, Avella, first year back involved, they picked their program back up. Very good to see them in the
hell of a
bracket
season,
here.
Man. And then they pounded on Bentworth in the pigtail. First year back, credit to that program, man. Credit to them. They have a history down there, Donnie. They've had some teams and some wrestlers dating back to when you and I wrestled, and even before that. So it's good to see that program making its way back up. And I can comfortably say that you agree.
100%. Shout out Jake Temple. Mitch Spencer was a name I was talking to actually my sister-in-law about it the other day. I'm like, yeah, I couldn't remember him. And she was like, that's the name. I'm like, you're right.
Yeah.
So yeah. There's some names that have gone down there. Of course, Mike Coleman Craig, I used to work with him. That's my guy. He did battle with McCara in the WPIAL finals a few times.
Yeah.
Or at least once, I know. So yeah, man, they definitely have history. Definitely got to give a little highlight to Avella there. But diving back in, semifinals, we both got the same thing. Burl, Quaker Valley, McGuffey, Derry. Who you got on the top side?
On the top side, I have Burl. I have the top seed holding on there over Quaker Valley. And then on the bottom side, I have Derry over McGuffey. That's kind of been my thing all year. I thought from the start that those were the top 2 teams, and I don't really see any difference now. I think Quaker Valley can win some matches against Burl, and I think McGuffey can win some matches against Derry, but I don't really see – I shouldn't say they're not going to be close, but I don't think at any point you're going to be like, oh, is there an upset going to happen? I just don't see that. I just think Burl and Derry have been kind of the class of Double A all year, and I just don't see that changing now. So I do have Burl over Quaker Valley and Derry over McGuffey.
And quickly, we got a little comment here. Ken on X asked if there's any place to watch the matches tonight outside of being there. Of course, Kaz is over at Connellsville. That he's taking care of the Connellsville quad up there with Westmoreland Sports Network. They're going to start the broadcast around 6 o'clock. So, again, that's Smitty, Flick, all the boys over there. I'm not sure who else is on the broadcast, whether it's G or you or whoever.
Me and Shaw are going to have the Shaler-Connellsville match.
Yep.
And Smitty and George are going to have the Kiski-Latrobe match at 6, and then we're going to combine for the quarterfinal match at, we'll say 7:30.
Yeah, for sure.
And as far as other events, I'm not sure. Do you know I know Bethel Park usually has like a Facebook live stream they do? No, I know
they do, and it's really good. They even put the score on it and everything.
So there's a good chance that could be a thing. I just don't know with the playoffs because there's media rights to it, but that's always been an option too. And I know we've both tuned into that, Donnie, and it's pretty good.
Franklin Regional, I think, does that as well. So
Yeah. So
just,
there are some
when in
ways.
doubt, go on Facebook, like the Facebook individual groups, like the Friends of Franklin Regional Wrestling, Bethel Park Wrestling. Find them, like them, support them, and they always have that stuff. So that's a great call, Kaz.
Yeah. Or go on the Trib website and click on broadcast, and they'll have a list of their broadcast schedule. You never know where you can find.
For sure. All right, it's a good time to flip over into AAA.
We're gonna save our champ picks for the end.
Yeah, well, I guess we probably should finish off Double A first, huh?
I'll just finish it off. So we both have Burl Dairy.
Yes, we do.
In the finals. I have Burl winning it.
Yep.
2 years in a row. Again, I think this is going to be a really close duel. Dairy has a super, super tough lineup, as does Burl. I fully expect both of these teams to make some noise. And with the new state tournament where the first round matches aren't at the Giant Center, only 8 teams make it to the Giant Center, looking at where the state bracket goes, I do think Burl and Dairy will still both be at Hershey as 2 of the 8 teams based off of where they're going to wrestle their opening rounds at. So that's a credit to both of those teams. But I do have Burl in a close duel. Maybe I don't see it being any more than a 6 to 7 point spread. I think it's very highly contested. Some great potential individual matchups within the duel will definitely happen. But give me Burl.
I agree. I got Burl. And really, I think that you look at this match, it's just a little bit too much. It's not like they have any superstars. Of course, they have like the Cam Bakers of the world and some really, really high level guys. But I just think it's just a little bit too much for Dairy this year. Now, that being said, next year in the future, I mean, we just watched Dairy, what they did to Connellsville Junior High last night. They are going to be issues for many years to come. So,
yes, they are. They are really good.
I just don't think it's Dairy's time yet. I think maybe next year or even 2 years from now, they're just going to start running house. And when that time comes, it's going to be a little bit until they stop. But for now, I think this is Burrow's year, and they're going to get it done again. Forever many championships Yinzer have over there, 58 or whatever the hell it is. And then for the third place match, I got McGuffey over Quaker Valley in a really, really close one. And that one I could easily see be flipped the other way. Quaker Valley definitely has some great guys, the Danas, the Andercheks, the Richies. So I don't know. It's close, but when you get down to these nitty gritties, man, these top 4 teams, it's almost coin flips.
Yes, it is. I agree with everything you said with the coin flips now, but I'm gonna go Quaker Valley over McGuffey for 3rd and 4th. McGuffey's solid everywhere, but I think there will be a couple head-to-head matchups of kind of their top guys versus Quaker Valley's top guys, and I think Quaker's going to come out on top. Another close duel, but give me Quaker Valley for 3rd over McGuffey in a razor-thin duel.
Love that. All right, as we switch over to AAA, just got to quickly thank our sponsors, Quest School of Wrestling. Thank you so much, Jim Akeley, for the love and support this year and over the years. D1 Wrestling Club down in Jefferson Hills, Pennsylvania. That is Mr. James Fleming. Thank you so much for the love and support. And, of course, Smitty's Carpet Corners down in Steubenville, Ohio. The man, the myth, man. I sat down with him for about a half hour, 45 minutes a couple days ago for a long form episode. I can't wait to release that here shortly. He has some fantastic stories. So again, thank you guys for your love and your support and the sponsorships this year. All right, Kaz, moving into AAA, I did. So, we got some celebrity watching. I got a text from Mr. Levy. Coach Levy over at Franklin Regional sent me the picture of just the Facebook group where you can watch it. So if you guys could see that. So the Franklin Regional varsity and junior high wrestling. So that'll be on there. So that'll be a good way to check out there. So it seems like almost everywhere there's going to be available some type of stream or someone there. So, which is awesome.
And for the people who don't have the bracket, at Franklin Regional tonight is North Allegheny and Fox Chapel and Franklin Regional and Moon. So you get to see 4 good teams if you tune in there. So thanks, Coach Levy, for pitching your stream out there for the fans.
For sure. All right, dude. You started on double A. I'll start on triple A. I'll run down the first list here. I got Connellsville over Shaler. I got Latrobe over Kiski. I got Norwin over Mac. I got Bethel Park over Butler. I got Thomas Jefferson over North Hills. I got Trinity over West Allegheny. I got North Allegheny over Fox Chapel. And I got Franklin Regional over Moon. Pretty much chalk down the line. The real close one, I really liked the Kiski Latrobe match and the Norwin Cannon Mac ones, the ones that I had kind of tough. I honestly think Norwin or Cannon Mac's going to give Norwin a really good run tonight, and that's kind of another reason why I'm going over to that quad, because I think I'm going to see two, maybe three really, really good matches, because Butler's going to put up some really good individual performances against Bethel Park as well. Go ahead, Kaz, if you're there. You there, brother? Go ahead if you want. I just did the first round. You do your first round.
I think that's one of the better, maybe the best quad of this opening round, or I should say the second round. But that first round match that you had said, did my connection go out?
Yeah, for a second there, but I think you're okay.
My connection went out for a second, but so I'm hearing good. Okay, so my connection is not great. My first round,
bring you back in, buddy.
Connellsville over Shaler.
All right, we're gonna kick Kaz there. He's down there in Connellsville, so you know how the connection is down there. But again, running down mine, first round there, I got Connellsville over Shaler. I got Latrobe over Kiski, and again, I think that's going to be a very, very tight duel. I got Norwin over Cannon Mac, and another very tight duel. Bethel Park over Butler. TJ over North Hills, Trinity over West Allegheny, North Allegheny over Fox Chapel, and Franklin Regional over Moon. Let's see if we got a better connection here for Cass. What's up, brother?
We all good?
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, that's my fault. Somebody wasn't hooked up to the Wi-Fi. No wonder the connection was bad.
You look a lot better too, buddy.
I don't get that much often, Donnie, so I'll take the compliment on that one.
Yeah, baby.
So now that we got that figured out, well, we can blame me for that one. You get a pass on that. So my first round, I got Connellsville over Shaler. I got Kiski over Latrobe in a hell of a duel. I got Norwin over Cannon Mac. I got Bethel over Butler. TJ over North Hills. Trinity over West Allegheny. North Allegheny over Fox Chapel. And Franklin over Moon. So I'm all the same as you, except we're flipped on the Kiski Latrobe.
And I went really back and forth on that one.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are kind of torn on that one. But at the end of the day, Kiski's upper weights have carried them all year long. And I just think that's going to be the deciding factor in it. So give me Kiski.
It's hard to argue with you there. I think for me, with that matchup in particular, you got a guaranteed 6 from Willow Cho. You got Leo Joseph down low. You got Snyder up top. I mean, and all the rest of their guys are really solid. I mean, it's a coin flip. Kiski's probably the right pick, but give me Latrobe. You know, I think that Willow Cho is going to lead them to victory there. But yeah, so we're pretty much chalk besides that. So I'll make my picks going into the quarterfinals. I got Connellsville over Latrobe. I got Bethel Park over Norwin. I got TJ over Trinity, and I got Franklin Regional over North Allegheny.
I'm going to piggyback you. I have the exact same thing. I have Connellsville, except I have Connellsville over Kiski in the semis, going to the semis. I have Bethel over Norwin. I have TJ over Trinity, and I have Franklin Regional over North Allegheny. So similar to Double A, have the top 4 seeds holding into the semifinals, and now it gets fun.
Yeah, this is kind of where the conversation starts to really pick up, right? All right, so I'll start off. Let's go top side. I got Connellsville over Bethel Park. I just think Connellsville is a little bit too much. Honestly, Connellsville might be one of the best top 3 teams in the state. Bethel Park certainly a fantastic team, and they're deep all the way around. But I just think Connellsville's got a little bit too much all the way up and down the lineup. On the bottom side, this is another one that I went back and forth on. And I literally went weight by weight by weight. And honestly, like we just talked about on Double A, this is going to come down to the flip. Yeah. I really think it's going to come down to the flip and who can put their kids on what matchups that they want. Because let's be honest, both these coaching staffs are really good. All 4 of these coaching staffs, Connellsville, Bethel Park, TJ, Franklin Regional, they're class of the WPIAL here. So they're not going to make mistakes when it comes to if they win the flip or if they lose the flip. So I truly think whoever wins the flip of this TJ Franklin Regional match is going to win. With that being said, I got TJ. And I just think the reason why I picked TJ is they have more outs for victory than Franklin Regional does, just because of the level of their hammers. Shep Turk is a monster. You got Bodie Marlowe, you got Maddox Shaw. I mean, these guys, like if they took a L, I would be shocked. You know what I mean, in this tournament. So, with that being said, give me TJ, and I'll rest my case there until we get into the finals.
Yes, on the top half of the bracket, I'm with you. I have Connellsville over Bethel Park. I said it all year. I thought Connellsville was the best team. So I see them in the finals. I think Bethel can pose an issue to them, especially in the upper weights. Bethel's very strong up there. Bethel's strong everywhere, but their upper weights, I feel like they have a significant advantage up there, but I don't think it'll be enough. So I do have Connellsville. And I'm with you on the bottom. Like, that was so back and forth. I think
I don't like picking against Leby, buddy.
Well, I shouldn't say I'm with you that it's razor thin.
Oh, okay.
I do have Franklin in that match over TJ, but I'm with you. That could come down to the flip. My deciding factor on that is looking how the lineups match up. I feel like you're not going to get a ton of stud versus stud matchups, just how their lineups are built. Other than 107 with Rehack and Fennec. I think where Franklin has kind of their meat of their lineup, they're going to get a ton of bonus. As is TJ in spots.
Definitely going to be a wavy match.
Where I think Franklin can limit the bonus better than TJ can, if that makes sense. I mean, I went back and forth because TJ is just disgusting from 152 and up. It may be the best in the state outside of the private schools who obviously they have their pick of who they want. It might be the best in the state, and I'd put it up with some of the best in the country. It's absolutely insane. But give me Franklin. Give me Franklin in a really, really close match. And like I said, I went back and forth. And here's the crazy part about this. I actually think TJ matches up with Connellsville just as good, if not better than Franklin in the finals if they were to get there. But I think Franklin beats TJ. Not saying they do match up better, but they can pose just as much of a problem to Connellsville as Franklin can and will if my pick is correct.
All right, so going into the finals, and dude, I wanted to so bad. I wanted to pick TJ over Connellsville so bad. I looked up and down the lineup. I tried to find like 3 different ways of path of victory, so that way like I can feel confident in it. Every single one of Connellsville kids are good. every one of them are good, and like their backups are good. So like they have guys that like we don't even know about probably that they'll throw in the lineup, and okay, maybe they're not going to get a win, but they're not going to get pinned. They're
Right.
not going to get tagged. You know what I mean? So it's like, and when you add up a couple of those matches, 3-4 of those times in a duel, that's the difference in a razor
Yeah.
close match. So I got Connellsville, but both Connellsville and TJ, I both expect to do big things on the state scene, both of them,
Yeah.
because I just think they're both have high level guys and they're deep. So I like both those teams. And then on the third, fourth place match, a rematch of what we saw last year, correct?
Yeah.
And it's going to be another dog fight, a back and forth. I went back and forth on this one too. But ultimately I took Franklin Regional. I just think that Franklin's got some really nice studs that are going to help carry him through the middle of that lineup. Now, so does Bethel Park, of course. And another match, I honestly think like a lot of these are going to come down to that damn coin flip before the duel. So if Bethel Park gets the coin flip, we know that Coach Nauman is one of the best in the game, trying to figure out a formula to get a victory. So we'll see what happens, but that's what I got.
Yep. I'm with you. I have Connellsville winning over Franklin. Franklin has a great lineup, but like I said, Connellsville, they've been the tough team all year. And one of the deciding things was I don't remember what tournament it was. You and I ran down the results. It might have been like the Nurse Pro in West Virginia or something, but there were probably 4 or 5 head-to-head matches of Connellsville and Franklin kids, and I want to say Connellsville won 4 of the 5. And I see Connellsville with an advantage from 172 and up. So I think that'll be the deciding factor. So I'm sticking with Connellsville as my champion in AAA. And then for third and fourth, I have Bethel Park over TJ. I think that the lightweights into the middle will be too much for TJ to overcome up top. But Bethel has some good guys up top.
Yes,
if they can pull off a win up top or keep something to a decision or a major decision instead of a tech, I'll be interested to see how Bethel maneuvers up there, because TJ weighs in 289 pounders and bumps LeBrier, or I can't remember the other kid's name, up to 215. And Nauman has a stud at 89.
And he'll probably bring in Welsh too. You have to.
That's what I'm saying. Walsh is going to be at 89. Who does he get? Does he put him on LeBrier? Now it depends on the flip. Does he get LeBrier? Does he get technically the backup? But the backup's got like 22 wins this year, bumping up. So like he ain't a backup. But I think in that middle of the lineup, TJ will have a little too much. I'm sorry, Bethel will have a little too much for TJ. So give me Bethel third, TJ fourth, and a hell of a year for TJ.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, one of the best years for TJ in some time. You know what I mean? It's just they got a squad, and the upper weights are just ridiculous. And like I said, so you got Connellsville over Franklin Regional, Bethel Park over Thomas Jefferson. I got Connellsville over TJ, and Franklin Regional over Bethel Park. So that just saying, we both think Connellsville is probably the class, but the other three, if any of those three took second, I don't think we would be surprised.
No, it wouldn't surprise me at all.
Not Bethel Park, because I don't think they're going to get past Connellsville. But in a different world, I think all the three of those teams are worthy of being the second team this year.
Yes, I would completely agree with that.
Okay. All right, dude. Well, I know you're over there at Connellsville. I'm going to run. I actually have a video of Paul Schofield making his picks. So I'll let you go over there, get settled in with the boys. And, good luck. Again, I had another tweet come in, any streams. Kaz, why don't you talk about what you got going on tonight and, where you're at?
So you can tune in on the Westmoreland Sports Network. We are at Connellsville for Connellsville, Shaler, Kiski, and Latrobe. That is going to start at 6. So you can tune in here for live audio and video of that. Matt Leby, Franklin Regional head coach, put out a stream on the Franklin Regional Twitter or Facebook page where you can stream the matches at Franklin Regional tonight. It's Franklin Regional Wrestling's Facebook page. It's Franklin Moon. There's the post there. Franklin Moon, North Allegheny, Fox Chapel. And if you don't want to tune into those, I check the Trib website under broadcast. You may find something. And not an official word on Bethel Park, but Bethel Park usually does have a Facebook live stream. It's Bethel Park, Butler, Norwin, and Cannon Mac that are there. So that not official on that one, but they usually do. I'm sure we can find that out. But that's how you can tune in if you don't want to drive somewhere. So a lot of good wrestling going on tonight, Donnie. I'm excited. I know you're heading to Bethel, you said. So we'll get this thing rolling.
I'm juiced up. Have fun over there with the boys. Tell them I said what's up, and
always.
I'll see you on Saturday, my friend.
All right, brother. Take care.
Later. All right, and that was Mr. Marky Kaz at WPIAL Wrestle 7 on Twitter, breaking down his picks. Very similar, a little discrepancy here at the top, little differences. You love to see that. Breaking it down. All right, let's get one more thought in here. How about Mr. Paul Schofield, Trib sports writer, bringing us his years of experience to the show, talking about his picks for the championships here.
All right, joining me now on the call, I have head wrestling writer for Trib Sports Live, Mr. Paul Schofield. How are you, sir?
Great, Don. How are you?
Doing really good indeed. Back again for another year. We're getting to team tournament time. Give me your level of excitement.
Well, it's pretty pumped up. With the small sections, it made it kind of anticlimactic, I thought, this year. Because the small sections didn't make for a lot of excitement sometimes. You'd have maybe one good meet.
Yeah, there wasn't many across the WPIAL. I agree there.
But now we're ready for the big time, and I think they got the brackets pretty well correct. We'll see if things work out.
All right. Well, let's just break them down. I'm going to get your picks, and for double and triple A, we're going to save mine for what I'm doing with Kaz, and then we will go from there. But I'm really interested to break it down. Last year, you made some really good picks, some interesting picks. I remember you took Norwin out a couple matches, so we'll see what surprises Mr. Schofield has in store for us. All right, let's start at the top at double A. Well, let's run down the pigtails real quick. Knock and Greensburg, who do you have Monday night?
First time Greensburg's been in for a few years. The program's been a little suffering. Knock really hasn't had a lot of success in the tournament. COVID year, they didn't even participate, even though they qualified.
Yep.
So I think Greensburg gets it done.
Gotcha. Cool. All right. Greensburg. All right. Shar Houston, Elizabeth Forward.
It's kind of funny. Shar Houston going into this weekend, and they didn't have Sharon Duels on their schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Weren't eligible for the tournament because they didn't meet the 7-match qualification. But they did. They added last second. They added the Sharon Duels where they were able to qualify for this year. EF's another team.
They got some really good individual talent.
They have some couple good wrestlers, but they just don't have enough. So I'm going to say Shar Houston wins this one.
All right, sounds good. Shar Houston. Okay, so Avonworth Central Valley next.
This is the only thing that surprises me in this one is why did they bring it to Greensburg Salem? I mean, those two schools could meet in the backyard.
100%.
Oh, geez. Toss up there. I'll go Avonworth.
Okay. Bentworth Abella.
Bentworth.
Okay.
I think they were in a 3-way tie.
No, I think that's clear there. Avella's a
With Jefferson
great,
Morgan.
it's Avella to see them back on, in the bracket's fantastic, them being a brand new program, or not a
Right.
new program, but coming back, but, not there yet with Bentworth. Bentworth has some really, really good kids.
Right.
All right. Oh, I don't know why I put that. Let's go back up to the top. So you got Burrell versus Greensburg Salem. I'm assuming you're going to take Burrell out there in the interest of time.
Yeah, Burrow. They
Then-
came off a nice victory this weekend out at Bedford.
Yes.
They won the team title out of Bedford by, I think, a half a point.
Yeah, that's a great tournament out there too. Gritty little tournament, small little gym. Was it Bedford Valley, yeah. Okay. Jeff Morgan, Southmoreland.
Jeff Morgan.
All right.
Great that Southmoreland won the section, but Jeff Morgan probably a little stronger.
Okay. Freedom, South Park.
Freedom.
Okay. Quaker Valley and Chartiers Houston.
Quaker Valley.
Okay, let's stay up here on this top side of the bracket, and we'll finish these quarters. So on the top quarter, you got Burrell and Southmoreland. Okay. So Burrell advances to the semis for you.
Actually,
Then you
Burrell
got
and Jefferson Morgan. I picked Jefferson Morgan.
Jefferson Morgan. That's right. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
So,
But
but yeah,
still
so you
Burrell.
got. But no, okay. So let me mark that JM. I don't know why I wrote down Southmoreland. Okay. Freedom and Quaker Valley in one of the more interesting quarters, I feel.
Yeah, but I still think Quaker Valley's got some good kids,
Mm-hmm.
and I think they get the advantage there.
Quaker Valley moves on. All right, down to the bottom side, you have McGuffey and Avonworth on the first.
I think McGuffey.
I agree.
They have a nice team, especially in their lower weights.
Laurel best center.
Laurel, I think they're kind of a sleeper team. They got some nice heavyweights.
Agreed. Yeah, no, I saw them at the Moondolls and a little bit at MAC over the years. They always are building, and this year they're definitely solid. Okay, Burgettstown Highlands.
It could be an interesting one because Highlands has some decent kids. Burgettstown, they graduated a lot, and they haven't refilled. I wouldn't be surprised if Highlands won it, but you know what? I'm going to go with Burgettstown just because they know how to win.
Been there, done that. I like it. All right,
Yeah.
Bentworth and Derry, which, like you said, Bentworth is, I don't know if they got enough to beat Derry, but they're definitely going to have some individuals get some dubs
I
there.
think they met early in the year out at Blairsville to River Valley Duels or something, and Derry won there. So, but I think Derry's got a nice team, and they're going to be really good for the next 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, they're definitely on the rise. All right, back on the lower quarter here, or lower side, McGuffey and Laurel.
It's going to be a good match. I go McGuffey.
Okay.
And a close one, I believe.
Burgettstown and Derry.
Derry.
All right, so we got the semis set up. We're going to save them because all the semis are all at AHN on Saturday. So we'll save them. So for the semis for Double A, you got Burrell, Quaker Valley, McGuffey, Derry, chalk. Which, honestly, people say it's chalk, but it's a good thing. Like, it means the committee did their job.
Yeah.
All right. So Triple A, Shayla Ringgold.
I'm going to go Ringgold. I'm not. Shayla's got a couple good young kids coming up.
Yep.
But I don't think they have enough. And I think Ringgold has, I'm not going to call them a sleeper team because they have some good kids. So they get a win in the pigtail.
Agreed. Okay. Let's go to the next pigtail, Butler and Bell Vernon.
Here's another school that didn't have enough qualifying points. And they picked up a match on Thursday against South Fayette and they won. Then they go to, now they have until today to pick up their last one because they're still one short, Bell Vernon. We're talking Bell Vernon.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I saw on PA Wrestling the schedule. They had a match, even though they were in Grove City at what's it, Thomas Bell?
Yeah, Tom. Yeah.
And they
No,
competed there.
Fred Bell. Fred Bell. Yeah.
They also had a match Saturday, supposedly at 10 a.m. against Brownsville. So I don't know if they took half the squad to Grove City and then left the remainders to wrestle Brownsville. All they had to do was get it in.
Hey, whatever gets it happen. But that is funny. I mean, and they did well out there. Their 220 he was really good. He won the bracket. Yeah. So
Bell Vernon has. I saw Soto. He's a good wrestler.
Yeah, he's very good.
Out of Connecticut.
Yep.
Doppelheimer's good.
Yep.
They just don't have enough. And I think Butler, this isn't one of the stronger Butler teams, but Butler always has a solid team. So I give Butler the edge there.
Yeah, that's one of the more interesting for opening round matches. Okay, North Hills Penn Trafford.
Well, I was surprised Penn Trafford got the wild card. In North Hills, coached by Vertus Jones. I'll go with Vertus in North Hills. I haven't seen him. I saw him a little bit at Allegheny Counties.
I love their 160 or 172 pounder. Moran, he's really good. Really good.
Yeah. And I'm not sure the status of Tasso Whipple. He got hurt last week up at the Brookville Duels. He wrestled one match and got hurt. Then he didn't wrestle in the duel on Wednesday. So I don't know his status. So I'll go with, because PT doesn't have a 7-pounder, but that hurts. And without Whipple, that also hurts.
North Hills it is. All right, Moon Peters Township.
Going to go with Peters Township. They have a couple of kids we have ranked in McMillian and McGarity.
Yep.
Moon has a couple of good kids too. Could be close, but I'm going to go with Peters.
All righty. Connellsville and Ringgold at the top.
Connellsville.
Yeah, I figured that. They're going to be issues for a long way out. Latrobe, Kiski.
Boy, this is going to be a really good match.
Agreed. One of my favorite opening round matches.
I was just thinking about this. Is because I think the heavyweight from Kiski's hurt. So I'm looking that Kiski's going to bump Roskowski to heavyweight and grade at 215 and give up on 189 to Hunter Snyder, because I think Snyder would beat Gray head to head.
Well, they'll put in Abraham Taylor, right? I mean, Taylor's pretty damn good in his own right. I don't think he's going to beat Snyder, but, he's certainly not just a throw-in.
Right. It's Snyder or Penny.
Probably.
I think.
You never know.
But Kiski come on nice, but the lower weights got to favor Latrobe. So it's going to be a close match, but I'm gonna guess I'm gonna go with Latrobe in a close one.
All right. Norwin and Canumac.
Well, Norwin won the first meeting, the first match of the season.
Yep.
So we'll see how things adjust. Norwin didn't have Brooks Blasco, who got hurt. The transfer from Central Catholic, who's from Shaler, last week against Franklin. So that hurt them last week. He's supposed to be back. So I'm going to say Norwin gets him again.
Okay. Bethel Park and Butler.
I'm going to go with Bethel Park. I think they have a nice team. Not a great team, but a nice solid team. All three, good kids all through the lineup.
Yep. All right, let's stay up top. Connellsville, Latrobe.
Connellsville. They beat them by 20 last week.
I was just going to
They'll
say
probably
that
beat them by
last
20
week.
again.
Yeah. Norwin, Bethel Park.
Boy, this is going to be another great one.
Mhm.
It's thing that hurts Norwin is they're not that strong up top. But they do have. If Blast goes back in the lineup, I like Norwin.
Okay. All right. Bottom side, Thomas Jefferson and North Hills.
Oh, TJ.
West A and Trinity.
Trinity.
North Allegheny, Fox Chapel.
It's going to be a good match. Both teams are very solid. Not great, but very solid. I'm going to go with NA.
All right. PT Franklin Regional.
Franklin Regional.
All right. TJ Trinity.
TJ.
NA Franklin Regional.
Franklin Regional. They already beat them.
All right. So we have our semi set up. You went pretty much chalk, which is fine. Like I said, the first time.
Except for Bethel and Norwin.
Yeah, you went Norwin over Bethel. That's right. 5/4. Very close to chalk. So 7 out of the 8. All right, so let's just start at Burrell, Quaker Valley. Who you got there in the top side semifinal?
Burrell.
Okay. McGuffey Dairy.
It's going to be a close one, but I give it to Dairy.
All right, in the finals, Burrell, Dairy.
There could be a great matchup at 33 between Moochie and Baker, which was won by Moochie the last time. I'm going to go with Burrell in a close one.
Okay. All right, McGuffey, Quaker Valley for third place.
I'll go with McGuffey.
Okay. And for AAA, Connellsville, Norwin on the top side half.
Well, Connellsville will beat them.
Okay. TJ Franklin Regional.
Matt Levy's going to be mad at me, but I'm going to go TJ.
All right. All right, in the finals, TJ Connellsville.
In a close one, Connellsville. Because Connellsville can knock out two of TJ's better wrestlers.
Okay.
In Rehack and White.
Norwin Franklin Regional for third place.
I'll go.
You cut out there, brother. All right, for the last match there, Norwin Franklin Regional. Who you got?
I'll go Franklin again.
All right. All right, so just to recap it, he's got Connellsville taking first over Thomas Jefferson, Norwin taking fourth, losing to Franklin Regional in the fourth place match in AAA. In AA, he's got Burrell over Dairy in the finals and McGuffey over Quaker Valley for third and fourth. Another great year about to be in the books. Just give me your overall thoughts of this year before we, dive into individuals here in a couple weeks.
Overall, I think the top teams are the top teams, and I think TJ made a big jump. They made an impression on us at the Allegheny counties, and they have some solid studs. So we made them a big jump, and I think they have a mindset that they felt disrespected. Maybe they had a reason to be But they've come on strong. They're buying in. I could see them getting the Altoona this year,
I like it.
along with Connellsville.
All righty. Well, Paul, thank you so much for your time and your picks. And until next time, thank you so much, brother.
Well, we'll see you on the golf course.
All right, my man. I appreciate you.
All right, see you. Bye-bye.
All right. And that was my main man, Paul Schofield. Thank you for taking some time out, coming on, making your picks. I really appreciate it, my friend. All right. That's all I got for you guys. Again, thank you to our sponsors, Quest School of Wrestling, D1 Wrestling Club, and Smitty's Carpet Corners. Wouldn't be here without you guys. And of course, the main man, Chris Cars over at Switch Custom Apparel there in Bridgeville, Pennsylvania. Thank you so much, brother, for all the love and support over the years. Again, guys, if you're around the area, go to one of these sites. I mean, you got, if you're close, you got Burrow, Quaker Valley, McGuffey, Derry, Connellsville, Bethel Park, Thomas Jefferson, Franklin Regional. Go support, go check out one of these matches. I mean, this is a really one of the best tournaments of the year. There's so many top tier teams wrestling in this tournament, not only in the WPIAL but in the state. There's a reason why the WPIAL is considered top tier in the state of Pennsylvania and in the country. So go out, check out one of these matches, check out one of these sites. You're not going to regret it. And again, AHN Arena, you got both of them on Saturday in Peters Township. It's just really a dream setup for WPIAL wrestling fans, such as myself. So I can't wait for Saturday, and I'm really excited to check out what's going on over at Bethel Park tonight and see those matches. But again, if you guys are close, go out, check out one of those matches. And if you can't make it, Westmoreland Sports Network has the Connellsville quad. Franklin Regional has their quad on Facebook. So check that out. So yeah, if you're around, go check them out. But again, that is all the time we have for this edition of Near Falls in the WPIAL. Thank you guys for hanging out. Teams that are wrestling tonight, good luck. Teams that that we didn't pick, please win and prove us wrong. I love that. And at the end of the day, it's going to be, a dogfight like it always is for the WPIAL wrestling tournament. And, we will see what happens. But again, that's for DHall, for Kaz, for Paul Schofield. Thank you guys for watching another edition of Near Falls in the WPIAL. Love you guys. We'll see you out there.